Alright, this is Dreamship, and welcome back to Dead Rising 2, the LP. We're at part 3 right now. We are currently looking for some Zombrex for our daughter, Katie, who has been bitten by a zombie a long time ago, so she needs daily doses of this drug. This event that we see now is our passageway in and out of the safe room, so we'll be using that quite a bit as we rescue survivors and complete tasks. So we're going to collect a few basic items, throw this bat because it's broken somewhat, so we need to get a new one.
Yeah.
You say, Chuck, I found some travel brochure of Fortune City. You need to go to the Roy's Mart for the Zombrex, which we are now in Royal Flush Plaza. Later we will be using that maintenance room to build items, but currently it's locked. So our items right now are the baseball bat, the guitar, and the sledgehammer. The sledgehammer is actually very good. It's very powerful, and it has two modes, a basic swing and a stronger upward attack that can kill anything instantly. The trick is that a lot of these weapons, they'll knock them down, but they won't kill them and they'll just get right back up again, which isn't useful. Swing by here, pick up this magazine. There are several kinds of magazines. Some give you bonuses for health, some for durability, some make your survivors act stronger. Many different things. Right now we're just going to grab health because we don't have any survivors to really locate. So we are running off to get the mart. We are actually going to stop by and pick up some clothing as we voted on the thread. So you will see that in a bit. Now there is a little gimmick here. If you manage to take these dice and roll a 6, it will give you a 10,000 PP bonus. Now I rolled them, but it didn't give me a bonus for that 6, so I just moved on. I figured it was glitch. So we're going to jump upstairs, and we're going to run off to the children's store to get our clothing. We don't really get anything for killing zombies unless you're using either a special weapon or special technique. So most of the time you just want to run right past them, which, while it's not as impressive to watch, takes a lot less time. So, as our interface here, the top left we have our level and our PP, which is our basically our experience points. The life, you have 5 different bars. Sorry, it's checking some video settings. So we have this sexy hat. Chuck likes that hat. And then right over here, we have our very nice fitty pajamas. And Chuck really likes these. Oh yeah. Kinda to a creepy degree. So yeah, that's what you guys wanted, so that's what you guys got. So health, we have 5 bars, 1 hit per bar basically. Our money, right side we have our current weapon. If it's solid, then that means it's not damaged at all. Blinking red means it is. Bottom right is the number of killed, and our timing and our number of Zombrex. So now we're going to run over to the mart now that we have our sexy clothing. So you'll see that just in a second. We don't really ever come back here again, so enjoy it, I guess.
I know you're holding out on us. Where's the money? Where's the safe? Come on! Don't lie to me!
We don't have a safe!
Don't lie! Hey, dirtbag, let the lady go. Why don't you mind your own business, old man?
Exactly what I'm doing. I'm just here looking for some Zombrex.
Well, you're definitely gonna need some painkillers when I'm done with you.
Well, talking to you is giving me a headache.
Oh yeah? What say you give me some money, and I'll go get some for you?
Yeah, give us some money, Grandpa. We'll help you out.
How about it, Grandpa?
You got any money?
Oh my, very dramatic tensions. This is our first encounter with the looters. They are human enemies who basically run around, collect items, and you can kill them for PP bonuses, as you can see, 500 each. You can also buy things from them later, so their loyalties are something to be desired. And here we have our first survivor. Yes, you'll see a second. The survivor AI in the first Dead Rising was god-awful. And typically you'd have to basically hold their hand through the entire adventure trying to kill this guy. He didn't go down easily, just to demonstrate that you have to be careful, because they'll get back up and kill you again. Luckily, we don't really have anything to do right now, so we can afford to be a little bit screwing around. The survivors, as I was saying, are a lot more competent, so you can now actually have them follow you without having to worry about, like, them just dying because they're stupid. Some of them you can even give weapons to. This one I don't believe you can, but... And they have two modes of control. One, you press Q, and they'll call you to them, like this. The other one, you can point forward with your aiming, tell them to go to a destination, which basically just means don't follow me anymore, which is helpful. So you'll notice all these items around. An item with a Z, as you can see here, is Zombrex, only one of those. If it has a green apple on it, then it's items for healing. A weapon, orange weapon icon is just a weapon you can't use for crafting, and a blue wrench is a craftable item.
How's it going?
So we're going to take this person back to the safe room, because we can't give Katie any Zombrex until 7 o'clock. Zombrex is very strange, because you have to have it every day, but if you don't take it between 7 and 8 p.m., even just a few minutes early, you overdose and you'll die. If you take it too late, even by a few minutes, you'll turn into a zombie. So it's this incredibly expensive drug. You have to take exactly the right time, or you'll die. It's sort of crazy. Here I'm trying to push the utility cart, but I got bugged out because I accidentally ran into her. Some of the items that you can push can actually pick up the survivors and push them along with you. Apparently not the utility cart. You can do that with the wheelchair and a few of the vehicles. The utility cart is actually very nice because, as you can see, you can move very quickly with it. You can use it outside, especially in the mid-center area, you'll see it later, to move quickly between buildings, because they're plentiful, and they kill the zombies instantly. So we're following the arrow at the top of our screen in the middle to try to get back to the safe house, because we need to deliver Denise, the survivor following us, you can see in the bottom left, running behind us. As long as she gets to the safe room, she'll be okay. So you can see the top right is sort of deteriorating, and now it's done. Can't use it anymore. So we'll smash this window, get a new weapon. Boxing gloves, basic attacks, punch, 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 and you listen for the ding. 1, 2, 3, ding! That's entertaining. The trick with these survivors is that if they don't have any weapons, you can still have them follow you, but don't stop moving. I jumped in here by mistake because I thought there was a blender in here. You'll see a blender later. And she got tied up by one. Now we're in the middle of a crowd, and it's going to take us a long time to get out of, which isn't pretty. So we'll fight again and again and again and again. As long as they get back with at least a tiny bit of health left, they're okay. So if you have to hit them a few times to get them out of the zombie mass, then you can. But it's not optimal. So I can go a bit hog wild with this guitar here. And you see those little 10 PPs popping up? That's what happens when you use a special attack to kill a zombie. So we'll take them into this maintenance right here. You get 10 PP for that. Other weapons will give you 30, 40, whatever. Generally speaking, the harder it is to use or the harder it is to craft, the more experience it will give you. The drill bucket, which you can only use once without having to pick up again, is a high amount of PP. The spiked bat, which is very easy to make and very easy to use, will give you a small amount of PP. Incidentally, it's also why you don't want to use general weapons as much, because all the crafted weapons give you PP. All the general weapons that aren't crafted, it's very rare. So Denise is safe, and we still have a lot of time.
Where on earth did you find him? Never mind. I don't want to know. There's still people alive out there. We can't afford to have any infected in here.
Man, Chuck is looking really good in those pajamas. They really suit him. They're manly. And that knit cap is nice too. So we're gonna go and do a few things since we have some time to burn. So we're gonna show off a few of the more little things in the game. Normally we have a very tight schedule because of the 72-hour thing. You're trying to get as many survivors and psychopaths dead and also clear your name. You don't really have a lot of time to do all of that, so you need to be on a schedule. Right now we don't have any objectives and we can't really get to a lot of the map because we need to be here to give her Zombrex. So we'll show off a few of the things. For example, going WWA with this folding chair here on these zombies. We're gonna try to collect some of the XP, or PP, by doing a few side things here. First, we're going to run up here and grab some of these toys we can give to Katie for a pretty big PP bonus. About the same as rescuing a survivor. It's just a lot of those little things that'll give you quite a bit of XP. How the PP system works is that you gain PP, you fill up that bar in the top left, and you get both more health, more skills, cards that allow you to do special things with the craftable items, and more inventory space, which is great with a game in degradation. So I think you'll like this little bit here. I found... Oh yeah.
Sweet.
He's looking nice. And they looks even better in the cutscenes, because as you've seen, the clothing carries over the cutscenes. So you'll see that later. These toys we have. These robot bears you could actually bring to her as well, but I wasn't sure, so I was just leaving them alone. We do have quite a few things next door. A giant stuffed elephant you can see here in pink, and that beach ball. There are a few kinds of weapons. You'll see this beach ball we can store away, but this elephant we can't because it's too big. It's a heavy weapon. So we have to carry it like this, and then if we try to change it to another weapon, or if we get hit, then we drop it. We can't actually use this as a weapon because if we get it torn, which it does very easily, Katie won't accept it because she won't accept damaged toys because she's snotty like that apparently. Kids these days, all they care about is their undamaged toys and PSPs. If you noticed earlier when she was saying that she got a new weapon in Mega Man is a Capcom game who also made this game. There's quite a few of those references. The Servbot mask, who were the Tron Bon, and other things like that. You'll see them. I know I keep making a lot of promises, but it's a very long game, so you'll see everything, believe me. So we have a few players. We have the security guard, Sullivan. Doesn't really trust us right now, but he's alright. He's a pretty good guy. Stacy is the main leader of Cure. You saw her on the news earlier, and she's the one taking care of the Katie here, the girl with the radio and the monitors. As you see, as we collect them, they'll collect around the room. Cure is pretty important in this game. Basically, they are a zombie rights group, which is sort of a strange thing. Here's a level up message. We're actually going to get more health, which is very nice, but I would have liked to have some more inventory space. 4 spaces aren't really that much. This is Stacy here. The strange thing is, notice this as we play along. If in the battle between Cure and the zombies or whoever's in charge, Cure is actually the person who's shown to be in the right, which is strange because they're trying to save these bloodthirsty, murderous zombies. But you'll see the people who want to kill the zombies as these just bastards, who I can't believe they want to slaughter these innocent zombies. And Cure's the good guys. How that makes sense, I don't know. This is the first I've ever heard of such a thing in a zombie game, but let's just roll with it. She's the girl. I guess she's a love interest, kind of, if you want to really look at it that way. So we're gonna go with it. Sorry, messing around with settings again. So it's 5:30 right now. We can only give her medicine at 7 o'clock, so we about have an hour and a half to burn. And you'll see on the right there, we have still that yellow bar left. Until it turns red, things aren't really critical. So let's go see what else we have. Try this maintenance room. Nothing in there. There are a few kinds of people in this game. There are survivors, like the pharmacist we rescued earlier, who are mission survivors. Stacy will call us and give us directions to those. There are hidden survivors, which aren't really hidden, but you have to be in the area to get them. Generally, they're pretty obvious, but they don't have a specific mission attached to them, so it's not always that great to find them. You have to actually know where to look. Then they are the psychopaths, which are basically the boss people. They range from being very easy to kill to being very difficult, and are pretty much the main source of difficulty in this game. Here you have pushable. If you knock them over, you can get them in the wheelchair and push them around. Later you can combine it with a battery, a car battery, and make it into an electric wheelchair and shock everyone. The psychopaths, like the regular zombies, are not much of a threat, but the psychopaths, they'll kick your ass if you're not prepared. They are very difficult at times. Here we're going to show the gambling. I'm not very lucky. I don't normally win. There are magazines who will increase your chances of winning, but I don't have any of these. Now here, as I will ham-handedly try to display as zombies are trying to slaughter me, is the juice system. Basically, it's a cooking game almost. You take certain items, you put them together in a blender, you get a special item. Here we're trying to do the painkiller item, which is the juice that it's more health prepared, basically. To make this, we needed to take 2 beer items, put them in the blender, and then it'll mix up and pop out this item we can pick up, painkiller. I grabbed wine, so I just drank it. I wasn't sure if it did the same, I can't remember, so we try to get that accent. It gives you so it mixes up, and out pops this blue thing, the painkiller. There are a few different kinds of these juices you can make. The Energizer, Nectar, Painkiller, which is made with Pulse, Quick Step, Randomizer, the Spitfire, the Untouchable, and the Zombate. Most of those are pretty self-explanatory. The one we made, the Painkiller, gives you a few blocks of health back and makes you take half damage for a minute after you drink it. So it's helpful. It's better than the beer you put in. Now my question, of course, is the recipe was taking 2 bottles of beer, pouring them in a blender, and you got this thing that was not just really frothy beer out. Chuck exists in some sort of miracle world. So we're just gonna bash around these zombies. I sort of ran out of ideas to do in this casino because we're very close to the end. You can see this coming red on the side bar here. So, gun mechanics. Guns are present in this game, and they are powerful, and they are boring. I'm not really sure. It's like the handgun is nice, the sniper rifle, the LMG is very nice, but they don't really... They run out of ammo, you can't reload them, they're boring and dull. Also, apparently the rope bridges here, these velvet bars, sorry, are completely stiff and are basically wooden planks. I've not been to Vegas recently, but I'm pretty sure they don't starch their bars that much. So we have this buxom lady, let's try playing her game, we lose completely and lose $100. This is why I don't gamble. So here we have Excalibur. Sorry, the broadsword, but I like to call it Excalibur because it's very strong, it slices them in half. It is very, very satisfying. There are posters here. There are a few posters in the game you can look at to get what's called the cards that you can use to craft items on. You can make a normal item, like you can take 2 items you don't have a card for, and make it into the combo card, but it's not as good. It doesn't give you as many XP, if at all. It doesn't have all the available weapon abilities as you might have with the combo card, which gives you 2 times as much XP and allows you to do special abilities. Here, this is just whatever. You saw this before, but it's fun still. So like I don't know, the dice bat, for example, or nail bat. You get that first, but if you didn't, you could still grab a nail and a bat and put them together and use them. They work just fine. So really, you can either cheat your way through the wiki or just try to be clever, because you can see which items are craftable, and generally speaking, they are within the range of a mechanic's room. So like if you see a spear and a machete sitting right outside the mechanic's room, you can at least try to put them together. The worst you can do is not have them work. So it's a bit of trial and error. You can screw around with it, and you can get some pretty interesting cards. The way you get combo cards, the ones that are better, are either through defeating psychopaths, leveling up, or looking at certain posters. Which posters they are, well, that's for you to decide, and it is kind of random. So, whatever. It's easy enough. We have 20 minutes left, which is about 3 minutes of actual time. So let's explore the safe room somewhat. Basically, it's this storage hall. You can see all these gigantic dice. This one guy.
Hello?
Hello. Oh yeah, you know you like the mustache. So, right now this place looks really empty. And that's because we haven't really rescued many survivors. We only have the people who came in with us, including Mr. Naked Towel Man, who I didn't recognize, so I'm assuming he was just sort of hiding here. But it will fill up. As we rescue more people, it will fill up very quickly. And you'll see all those rooms downstairs that get filled with people. We have 10 minutes left. Oh my god, this is taking forever. The game is much faster after this because we usually have tasks to do rather than just waiting around for Katie to get a, I don't know, a zombified ass to not overdose on drugs. The Zombrex, it's rare to find, but if you know where to look, you can get it for free. Alternatively, you can buy it, which is very expensive. Here's a little sign I want to look at. It's the sign of the zombie infected. Includes torn clothing because apparently zombies are very clumsy. Their hair is falling out in patches, their eyes are bloodshot. I'm not really sure why this is required. It seems like a zombie is kind of hard to notice, to not notice, but whatever, we're gonna roll with it. Maybe people in this place are just always drunk. 2 minutes. See, if you watch this dial here, you'll see how fast these minutes go. It's about 10 seconds per minute.
Hey, honey. I told you I'd get some Zombrex.
See, that wasn't so bad, Dad.
You sure are Daddy's girl.
Look, Dad, I got a new power in Mega Man.
I've been told that we have received a broadcast from our field reporter Rebecca Chang, who is inside Fortune City.
It is clear that the outbreak started in the Fortune City arena during last night's Terror is Reality show. Information received from a behind-the-scenes source reveals that this outbreak was not an accident, but rather an act of terrorism. This shocking footage was obtained of the zombie rights protest group Cure, was a contestant in tonight's pay-per-view game show. Acquaintances describe Green as a known drifter who is still angry over his wife's death in the Vegas outbreak. This horrible act of terror appears to be an escalation of violence for the protest group. This is Rebecca Chang, reporting live from the Fortune City Hotel in the heart of Fortune City.
What? That's complete bullshit. That was not me.
Did you have something to do with this?
No way, not in your life. My daughter and I barely get out of that arena alive. What possible reason would I have to do something like that?
Why are they saying you're part of Cure?
I went to one meeting, once. After I lost my wife. Look, I don't know what the hell is going on here, but I'm being set up.
I think I know why. It's not the first time members of Cure have been falsely accused of being involved with an outbreak. We were in town protesting that awful show you were on.
Do you believe me?
I don't know what to believe. But you sure don't seem like a terrorist. And I know we weren't involved.
Look, we have 3 days before the military rolls in. That's how much time I have to prove I'm innocent. The reporter, the one at the hotel. The tape she had, it's a complete fake. She said she had a source. Whoever that is must know more. I need to find out where she got it.
She said she was in the hotel. I'll keep an eye on your daughter. I won't say anything to her. I don't want her to worry.
I'm sorry, I think it's just hilarious that Chuck does the serious impression while wearing that mustache. So, we're off to find this reporter, who is our first major case file. 1-2, alive on location on the right. But for now, we are going to call it quits for the night, so I'm glad you liked it, and I'll see you around.